to do quite a bit of breathing today to start off with. And what I'd like you to do is to notice how differently you're using your breathing, or you are breathing, because breathing is an automatic process, but we can dip into it and change the way we do it. So the first couple, we'll do a couple of different things and just notice the focus of each one. So welcome to Qigong. And let's start off with soaring hawk. So soaring hawk is going to open your feet a little bit wider. Start with your hands in front of your belly and then soar up. As you come right up to the top, clasp your hands together, cross them over, and you can actually lift your heels up there to get a long stretch through your body. And breathe out and come down. Breathing in, coming up. Notice how you're stretching through your shoulders, getting your arms not in front of you, but elbows in line with your ears if you can. Cross the palms a different way each time. Up onto heels, balance a little bit, and breathe out. So you're breathing. Let's breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathing in. Crossing over. And breathing out. And now we're going to have a sequence where we're going to breathe in for 4, 2, 3, 4. We're going to hold it for 2 seconds. 2, we're going to breathe out for 6. You can make your own 4 to 6, up for 4. Lifting your heels up and holding for 2 seconds. And breathing out for 6. Breathing in. So we're focusing on what we're doing here. We're structuring our breath. We're having a pause there. And if a pause, we have a little bit of hypoxia, a little bit less oxygen to the brain, which trains our body to be very efficient with our exchange of oxygen into the blood in the presence of a little bit of extra carbon dioxide. But here we're also breathing out longer than we're breathing in. So it's going to be a relaxing breath. It's going to be put your body into the physiology of the parasympathetic nervous system, kind of vagus nerve stuff, okay? And rest and digest. This is lovely to do just before you go to bed if you've been doing a bit of work on the computer or watch a movie, or just your mind's a bit active. You could do a couple of these and you'd sleep much better and relax. So the other one we know very well, if you've been for the last couple of classes, is dragon breathing clouds. So out breath through the mouth again. Breathing in, shifting weight from one side to the other. And imagine that you are dragon breathing clouds. We've got this one in southern hemisphere because it's related to spring. Dragon, green dragon from the east, representing the springtime. Springtime being the wood element, so if you're in the forest, that's a great place to be. Feel that you're turning at the waist, not particularly thinking about if it's a long inhale or exhale, because just the nature of the movement is so soft that it's going to be very relaxing, and your body will tend to, because you're so relaxed, do a longer exhale with this as well. Breathing in, breathing out. Imagine those clouds floating where I don't know, maybe Clinton can breathe some clouds and he'll push that black cloud away with his misty white clouds or something. push them to the east, push them to the west, should I say, maybe. It's a very soft breathing there. And relax. Focusing on relaxation, but also deep breathing and twisting through the waist, which is going to push your air down into the bottom of your lungs. And that's where you absorb more oxygen because there's more circulation at the bottom of your lungs than at the top. More blood flow, more blood vessels. Okay, now we're going to do Cosack breathing, which is kind of, Cosack breathing. Okay, it's much stronger. So here we're going to breathe in, and each time you're going to change the opposite hand to the top and breathing. And here you want to bring your elbows right back above your head and in line with your shoulders. Keep your tailbone dropped down there. That's your breath in. And then breathing out, coming back down. Breathing in. And you really have to work quite hard through your shoulders to do this. You're going to be stretching your pec muscles, your lat dorsi here. Breathing out. Change your hands over, breathing in. So it's much more physical focus when you're doing this. And what we're wanting to do is strengthen the muscles of respiration and also make space so that the lungs can expand. So we're really asking for more space in the rib cage. And breathe down. Let's do this breathing in and out through the nose. Because breathing in and out through the nose, also much stronger breathing. Strengthening the lungs. Change, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Another 2. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And back you come. All right, let's get a bit of rotation through the body. Still thinking of the breath. So normally we start off with a knocking on the door of the life. We're going to use that long spine and get the rotation through the spine. But we're going to start just with one hand. As you come to the side, this hand is going to knock on that vertebrae between your neck and your thoracic spine. That's your 7th cervical vertebra. And this is the one that pokes forwards when people walk around like this. We're wanting to get chin tucked in straight there. And that's going to open up your chest straight away. From when you're like that, everything curls down. But once you get that vertebra in line, upright line, you've got this whole open chest in front. So we think about knocking it. Let's just knock to the one side. And it sends vibrations right on your spine as you do this. Try the other side. So we're going to the same side and knock. Knock. Give it, don't bang it too hard, but give it enough of a bang so you feel a bit of vibration. And often your muscles are really tight. Your trapezius might be very tight there as well. Okay, go to the other side again. And now we're going to add the second arm is going to come across your chest. And it's going to knock over the rib cage halfway between your axilla, your armpit, and your waist. Let's try that. Let's try it to the other side. So we're going to knock that C7, and the point we're knocking on the chest is going to be opening up your ribs there. It's going to be waking up your intercostal muscles, and it's knocking on a point called Dabai, which means big envelope, and it's spleen 21, and it's used for many respiratory disorders as well as gastric disorders here as well. And now let's try to one side and the other. One, and switch, and switch. And this is just very good for your head and your coordination. Okay. Just breathe any way you like. Here we're working on the mechanics of the breath, mechanics of the chest, physicality of it all, getting stronger in our breathing. getting more mobile through our bony rib cage there as well. Woo! And relax. Okay. Let's scatter some qi. This exercise is called drop and turn, but its official name is scattering the qi. So if your qi has got congested, blocked, you want to scatter it, we're going to just drop the arms and turn, and a nice out breath through the mouth as we come down. We can think initially of any tension in the neck and shoulders and your rhomboids between the collarbones, but we can also just let go any irritation, either mental or emotional irritation as well, or just stagnation. Oh, wake up for the rest of the class. One arm in front, one arm behind. Relax. Let's move around a little bit there, and let's talk to the meridians. We're going up and down on your Ren meridian here, but we're also over the ribs as they join onto your sternum or your breastbone. And this is an area where we often store a lot of emotional congestion. So very nice to clear if you've got liquid congestion in your lungs or phlegm. This is a really good thing to do as well. So up and down. And then coming underneath the collarbone. Do a little bit of knocking shoulder nest. That's that little hollow just before your arm starts. And that's over the first and second rib. That's lung 1 and 2. Let's follow the lung meridian all the way down the inside of the arm to the edge of the thumb and turn around and come back along the large intestine, coming right up to the trapezius there. Come back to the chest. You're welcome to move around a little bit as you do Qigong. I mean, Qigong, a lot of Qigong is done in standing. Sometimes you do a bit on the ground, but it's mostly standing. And as human beings, we do a lot of activity in standing. So that's really actually quite an advantage to be doing that instead of doing a lot of work on the ground. Or on, let's do shoulder nest there a little bit longer. Come down, lung meridian. Lung meridian is paired with the large intestine, which starts on the index finger, comes along, elbow up to shoulder, and then in actual fact comes up to the nostril on the other side, but we're not going to tap the face right now. And shake it out. Okay, let's do breathing where you feel as if your whole body is breathing. So Tai Chi Qigong posture here. Soften. Hands in front of your dantian. It's also lower tree standing. And we're going to breathe, breathing deep. Let your breath be long, slow, and deep into the belly. So breathe into the belly. And as you breathe into the belly, just feel as if your whole body is expanding with that breath. And as you breathe out, let your whole body just come back. I don't want to use the word shrink because it's less than that. It's an expansion and relaxing. Breathing in, open, open, open. Feel that you're not only getting wider, but you're getting longer, and breathing out. So creating space in the body, that concept again of song, creating space between the organs, between the joints, space inside your skin. Even your skin is stretching a little bit. In. You're doing abdominal breathing, belly breathing here, breathing in, belly expands, relaxing, letting go, belly comes back towards the center, breathing in. Feel that your hands are moving away with the breath, coming back. And breathing in, and coming back. And let's practice our reversed abdominal breathing. And this is the one where you going to still breathe in, but as you breathe in, you're going to pull your belly button towards your spine, and you're going to pull your pelvis up. Just because you're breathing in, your diaphragm is going down, so really strengthening the core, but squashing the organs, your internal organs in the abdomen. They were just quite strong for them. And then like all your old stuff gets squished out, and as you let go, everything moves and goes back into the venous or the lymphatic systems. Okay, so it's very healthy, and it's also very, gets you very strong in this area if you do a lot of lifting and stuff like that. So breathing in, pulling in the belly as you breathe in, pulling up your pelvic floor, and letting everything go. Breathing in through the nose, pelvic floor up, belly button towards the spine. You can tighten your bottom as well here. It's really powering up in this area. And just relax, let everything go. Pelvic floor goes, diaphragm goes. Breathe in, pull your belly in, pelvic floor up. Tighten your bottom. Let everything go with the out breath. And breathe in, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. Pull in, pull in, pull in. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And relax. Let's do another two. Breathe in. And breathe out. Let's extend that movement. So you can have this kind of little claw hands here. They could be tiger hands if you like, very strong tiger. So breathing and pulling your belly and pelvic floor in and lifting up as if you're lifting something really heavy up. When you get to the top, turn your hands, release your hands, and just relax and come down. Breath through the mouth. Okay. Pelvic floor up, belly in. Little claw hands, lifting something really heavy. You get really, really strong as you come up here. Turn your hands, release your pelvic floor, release your belly as you come down. Okay. Fingers in, belly button in. Pelvic floor tight, tight, tight. Pull some really strong, like maybe you're lifting a big boulder here. Don't drop it on your toes. Turn and relax everything. Let your hands float down like leaves from the trees that you're standing under. And let's do one more. Curl your hands in, pelvic floor up, belly button in, and lift, 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 lift. Push through your feet. Turn your hands and float down. And relax. Okay. We're going to move from here into shaking. And because because this recording is coming from the southern hemisphere, where we can just feel spring in the air. It's about half an hour. It's getting lighter about half an hour earlier. You feel your body coming out of hibernation. And spring is the wood element. It's about the growth of trees and flowers and, springbuck having babies and all sorts of things like that. But also the growth of our emotional being and our spiritual being. It's a time of awakening again and flexibility. So spring is the liver organ, and it's connected to the wood element. And the cleansing and clearing and strengthening sound for the liver is healing sound is SH. So we're going to feel the vibration in your liver. And one more. Good. And from there, we're going to go into some flows. Remember, flows are effortless movement, moving with the breath. And we'll do two liver flows. The first one is tree sways in the wind. So we start with our hands in this lower tree position here. And we are going to turn and then lift our hands up, 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 up until our middle finger is facing towards the top of the head, which is du20, where the liver the liver meridian finishes. And then from there, we're going to come down out. So we're going to turn the hips. We're going to lift up. We're going up along the side of the body. The meridian there is the gallbladder meridian, which is paired with the liver meridian. And from there we come down. So there's a pause in the breath here. As we turn, breathe in through the nose. So your little fingers turn over the center of your head and pause for a second. And then breathe out through your nose. So breathing in and out through the nose, strengthening the liver and the gallbladder, turning, lifting up along the gallbladder meridian that's at the side of the body, and breathing out. Feel your feet rooted into the ground. You are a tree swaying in the wind. Feet are rooted, growing roots into the ground. Your body is the trunk of the tree. You want it strong but flexible. And your arms are like the branches. So they're much more flexible and they really can sway. But it's safe to sway because you're so rooted. So I'm forgetting. Let's just try and do the in and the out breath through the nose. Always very strengthening for the lungs to breathe in and out through the nose. Little bit of bend of the knees there. Turn, straighten up. Turn, hold your breath for a second and out. Pause the breath. In breath. Pause the breath and out. Through the nose. Pause. Close your eyes while you do this and imagine you are a tree. How would it feel? How flexible would you feel if you were a tree? How rooted would you feel? How connected to the sky would you feel? And you know, if you fly over a forest, just how connected the tops of the tree are to the heavens, to the sky. You forget about that because we just see the trunk sometimes. We don't even see the roots. Coming down, and we're going into a standing posture for the liver. Standing posture for the liver. Bring your arms up. A little bit of a wider stance and a little bit of weight towards the heels here. Soft knees. Your liver's down here on the right-hand side, so your hands are actually pointing towards the liver there. And if you get really tired, you can drop your elbows for a little bit. If your postural muscles are strong, you'll be able to do this for ages, but if they're not, you're going to find that your back burns, and that's because you're using the long muscles to keep you up instead of the little ones. So close your eyes, let's hold this for a couple of minutes, and let your breath just drop down into the belly. Standing postures strengthen the meridians, they strengthen your posture, and they're very good for your mental focus. Probably feel your body swaying backwards and forwards as we go in and out of balance, and that's what balance is. It's not static. Think about where your liver is. The color for the liver in Chinese medicine, because Chinese medicine says you've got jewels in the body, and the jewels are the organs, and the liver is a bright emerald green. So imagine your liver being emerald green. You can smile to the liver, thanking it for all the work it does for you. It does more than 500 different things for your body. It's one of the organs that can regenerate it if you give it a chance. It can heal the liver. Imagine a green, misty light from the liver just slowly passing through your whole body, down your legs, into your arms, at your head. And that your whole body has got a bit of a green light surrounding it. Green glow. And slowly lower your hands down. And we'll go straight into the second flow. One arm in front, one arm behind. It's called Repulse the monkey. You can have your legs slightly one in front of the other if you like, or just next to each other. And the backhand's going to come forwards, and it's going to clear as it almost touches the front arm. And then you open up and turn through the waist, looking at your backhand. Backhand comes past your ear and forwards. The one hand coming back as the other comes forwards. And the liver, when it's not so healthy, is chattering all the time. It's frustrated about this and that, and it can't let go of things. It keeps on rerunning the story like a chattering monkey. And so Repulse the monkey is like about clearing those repetitive thoughts and the frustrations of the liver. And when you've got a lot of them, then we can get inappropriately angry with life. And when we clear the liver and smooth the liver, a lot of Chinese medicine is, when you want something with the liver, it's called smooth liver, okay, because the liver can be like a monkey, but sort of uppy downy, unexpectedly, getting cross or irritated. And the liver can be very fiery, and if it's very fiery, then the fire rises to the head. And you can have a really bad headache, and you go to the Chinese doctors, and he'll say you've got liver fire rising. So we have to calm that down. So liver is something you often have to calm down. Once it's calmed down, the healthy liver people are generous and kind, and they're very creative. So if you're in that space, your liver's nice and healthy. Breathing out as you come forwards. I always like to think that I'm in a kimono when I do this, a lovely Japanese or Chinese kimono, silk kimono, and that I'm actually feeling the soft silk of the kimono on my arms as I come down. So gentle, but smoothing it. Smooth silk. 2 more. Coming back to center, hold your chi ball. And because springtime's a time of growth and springtime is time for new ideas, just maybe think of an intention you want to do as the spring comes, or just any time, any intention. And so we're going to use shooting the arrow, because when you shoot the arrow, you must have an intention. You're going to have direction. What's the direction of your intention? You're going to be able to hold it, open to it, and you must have the passion coming from your heart to carry it out. And then crossing your arms again. Pull the bow to let the arrow fly. That's your intention. Eyes go along the line of the arm, and your fingers are in tiger mouth position. So that's where your arrow is going into the future. Hold that position. Hold that intention. Ground it and let it grow. Breathing in. So we need to be strong in our minds and focused when you want to get new things done. Breathing in, breathing out. Look into the distance. Bringing in, breathing out. Bringing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. From there, we go straight back to holding our ball here. And you need the courage when you've got new intentions, courage and strength. So we're going to bring in the animal related to spring, which is the tiger. So we're going to do embrace tiger, return to the mountains. So bending your knees, pushing away. It's called embrace tiger. Back of the hands together. Roll up from your sacrum up slowly, slowly, slowly. Bring your arms back and push forwards. Breathe out and surround your body. Okay. Bend your knees. Breathe out. Breath in. Back of the hands together, but not touching. Lean back. Pull your tummy in. Chest back. Surround your body all the way around. Embrace tiger. Embrace the flexibility, the strength, and the courage of the tiger. And this part, return to the mountain, is return to your inner peace. So where we go to find the inner peace up in the mountains of the mind or the emotions or the physical mountains. Breathe in, pushing forwards, breathing in. And in Chinese, we'll be talking about we're strengthening our Wei Qi, that's our immunity which is surrounding us there. Back the hands together, push forwards, come around, step your feet together, and let's just finish with just balancing the energy that we've worked up through here, balancing our biomagnetic field, gathering if there's any little bit more chi we want to gather from the forest there, or the trees that you're standing under, or the sea that's nearby, and just coming down the center. And close your eyes as you do this and notice whether you have got a clear field as you come down. Is your thumb coming straight down, or is it being pushed away a little bit, or is it a bit gravelly? How smooth is your chi that you're finishing with? Conjured up, moved around a whole lot of chi. We just want to smooth it as we finish. In, coming down. Both hands over your dantian, just below the navel. Close your eyes. Bamboo in the wind. Elbows away from your body. Allow your face to soften. Space between your eyebrows. Soften where your head joins onto the neck. And just notice how the chi settles into the body. Balance settling. Feet still grounded. Body flexible as a tree in the wind. Drop your hands, and when you open your eyes, notice the space around you rather than the objects around you. Eyes slowly come back. Right. And thank you for joining me for Qigong.